All right, take two. Sam had to duck off and do some posing. Is that what you had to do?
Yeah, I had a posing
Oh,
session.
nice. Yeah.
I gotta
Okay.
get ready.
It fits the criteria. It fits the trend. Sam's Sam's either at the gym posing or doing a podcast
About posing.
about posing or training
Yes,
or being
exactly.
being at the gym. All
That's
right,
my
so we're
life.
trying to doing bikini class two now. We're just waiting for the first call outs here. Do you want to read out the
Posing.
placings? Yeah, that's the word. I've
Maybe
had a
with three
little bit.
coffees, Jim.
I've had a little bit of extra caffeine since that first part, so let's see how I go here.
Okay. So first place we had Layla Merchant and you FMG Pro. Second place Jada Beth Higgins, and then third place Sarah Robson, who was my prep and posing client.
Good on you, Sarah. She looked fantastic.
She
So we're just
did.
waiting for
She
this.
almost
Just
there.
waiting for the first. This is the second line. Yeah,
Yeah, they'll do the
I just don't
first
want to
call out
skip it
here.
because I feel like I'm. It's right there, so it's like if I just go a little bit forwards.
Yeah, it should be.
She looks good. I'm not sure what her name is on the end there.
I think that's Claudia. Who came seventh.
Don't skip. Yeah, in the red on the far, the pink red on the far left.
Yeah, yeah. All right, they're about to do first call out now.
Okay.
So this is the girl that came second in the green. Layla in the middle
Mm.
came first, and then Sarah came third, who's walking up. Oh no, that's Mackenzie walking up now. She came fourth.
Yep.
And Sarah got switched in with Mackenzie, I believe.
Yeah, Sarah here.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
sure she came.
those three there. I mean that first call out, very very good examples of bikini. That was a tough class.
This was a very, very tough class. There was a little bit of controversy in regards to the placings, which I'll talk about in a second. But
Yep.
firstly, Layla, who came first place, who is in the middle there. Oh my God, what
Yeah.
an incredible physique. I had the privilege to be one of Layla's posing coaches leading into the show. And I remember our first posing session, I was just in awe of her physique. Like you could just tell that she had the pro potential there. She's so young as well. Like I think she's only 19. Like she's a baby in the sport. So if this is what she can bring to the stage at such a young age already, imagine her in a couple of years. It's like
Yeah.
insane potential. So I think it was pretty much a slam dunk for me with Layla. I wasn't surprised that
Yeah.
she got the first place. I know some people were questioning that she was potentially too big or too conditioned for the class. I look like I can see that. However, I don't think she's outside of bikini. I think she's on that top end of bikini. I think if she got any bigger or any leaner, then okay, yes, she'd probably be athletic, but I don't think she's pushing it too far.
Yeah, and you can see it there. Really, what separates her from the rest of the field is her midsection definition. Like she's still very full in the glutes and legs. She's not too hard down the bottom. She doesn't have crazy big delts or anything like that. It's just enough to accentuate the
Exactly.
shape. Like even when you see it like that, it's not actually capped delts. When she poses a certain way, it is looking round and full, but it's not capped. So yeah, she's definitely not too big yet, but yeah, she would have to be careful with her training and progression to ensure she stayed in bikini. Definitely.
I will say I would love to see her move into athletic if that's what she wants to do. Like if she had a growing season and came in a little bit leaner, she would be dangerous in the pro lineup. Even
Yeah.
just as she is now, she'd be dangerous in the bikini lineup, I believe. But yeah, very, very excited and very proud of Layla.
Yeah. And also great posing, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Layla Layla's a beautiful person. She honestly deserved that win. I wasn't surprised. I also loved her bikini. I loved her whole look. Once again, like what we said, like she just had that whole look. She had the whole package going on. There was not one thing that I could really fault of Layla. But then in second place, we had Jada Beth. She was in the green and black, I think. Green and black, or was it just green? I can't remember.
See if it. There we go.
There she is. Yeah, green and black. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we were so
it moved
close.
again. It'll pan across. It'll do the slow pan. There we go. No, I don't know why it's so slow with the stream. There.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So Jada's in the green and black bikini. She looked incredible. I believe what got her the nod for second place was the conditioning. Like, when you look at her conditioning next to Layla's, it's very comparable. It is very much about who shows up on the day. And, when you are next to Layla, you need to showcase that level of conditioning as well. So I do think that's where Jada got the nod. There were so many incredible physiques, though, in this lineup. I was very curious to see what way they would go, but definitely wasn't surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like a combination of things. Like even Sarah there, like, a little bit of time, development. Hang on, where is Sarah gone? When this pans across. Sarah over here, if you compare her to, is it Layla? No,
that's Jada.
Jada, sorry. Yeah. Just lacking a little bit of that density and condition. And then it's sort of like a step up each time. So sort of like Layla's the most dense and conditioned within the criteria, and then it kind of steps down to Jada and then steps down to Sarah. And then fourth place is one step below again. So it's kind of like a progression trend all over.
I must say,
all four of them have great structures though. Crazy.
Oh yeah, and like this is the thing, those three all had crazy waist, crazy glutes, like the shape. They all had the bikini shape. So it really could have gone either way, but I do think Layla just was that standout of the day. I must say though, Sarah's bikini was one of my favorites of the day. It was stunning. It really did pop on stage. It was so different. It kind of reminded me of like a Cinderella kind of bikini. It was just beautiful. Like the shape on her was perfect. This is the thing, like sometimes girls get bikini shapes that wear them rather than they wear the bikini, but Sarah was definitely wearing the bikini. It was beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a scenario where the lighter goes with the blonde. I think it may just because the hair is slightly darker. It's not platinum. But it definitely worked for her 100%.
Yeah.
You got to look at the tan color, the tinge, the hair color, like it's all got to accentuate itself.
I am very excited to see where Sarah goes though after this. Obviously, we've had our debrief, we've had our chats about what is next for Sarah. We do have some game plans in the works now, but she does have a fire under her. I think, seeing her face when she got called third, she was almost surprised. She was like, oh my God, I actually got called third. So yeah, a placing for her was a win in her eyes, but very keen to see what we can bring for Sarah next time now that we know how she looks on the FMG stage.
100%. That's a big one. Putting yourself out there, giving it 100%, and then getting a good result is like the best feeling ever. I mean, this rear pose here, you can see kind of like again, what I was saying there, it's like a step down in conditioning and density from top three there, and then fourth place. You can really see why first place pulled ahead there, and yeah, I mean, I can understand why people said that she was a little bit too lean, but she's got that fullness. She's got the fullness to match the condition. So yeah, that's a tricky one sometimes, but certainly in this lineup, she's the most bikini.
Yeah, but special mention also to Courtney, who was my posing client and prep client for this
far left
lineup. She got into the top 10, which was a big win for her. I believe she's going to be getting on stage again very soon. So very excited to see what more Courtney can bring. But her posing, honestly, was the best of the day. It was an absolute standout of the day. I couldn't be more proud of the presentation that she brought to stage. But I also had Mackenzie in this lineup. She was my posing client as well. Not this Mackenzie. There are two Mackenzies. So this Mackenzie came to our group classes. She was posed by Tani. And then I had another Mackenzie who didn't quite make the top 10, unfortunately, but once again posed absolutely beautifully.
Yep.
I just had so many
tough
girls in this
lineup.
class. I couldn't stop screaming.
Yeah. It's always tough when you've got a really structurally competitive class. Like pretty much everyone in that lineup there, in that first call out, has crazy structures. So it's just going to then come down to the finer details like density, muscle development, condition, posing, and Layla had all of that together. So yeah, awesome
absolutely.
work. All right, cool. So let's go to next
Class
class, which
3.
is class. Yep. So here we go.
Okay, yeah. Here we go.
Okay. So placings.
For bikini model class 3, we had Beck Callahan, I think that's how you say your last name, new FMG pro, Caitlin Mantis in second place, and then Jacinta Greaves in third place. Now, this lineup was stacked. I have never seen such a stacked tall class. Usually the shorties are the stacked ones, and the tall ones, you have your handful of girls that are impressive, but never this many girls. I honestly did not know what way they were going to go when all these girls walked out because they all looked phenomenal. Yes, I believe Beck was just the best on the day from head to toe, and she was absolutely deserving of it. But honestly, it could have been any of theirs. I just think Beck was their favourite of the day.
Yeah, we'll have a look when they're lined up here. So that's Beck in the middle there.
Beck is in the green. Jacinta is in pink, who came third. And then Caitlin is... I don't think Caitlin got one of the first call-outs.
Oh yeah, Jacinta's in the pink. Yep.
Oh yeah, Caitlin is in the red. So Caitlin's in the red, Jacinta's in the pink, and then Beck's in the middle.
Yep, okay. Caitlin's red. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Caitlin's red and blonde. Yep. Next to Beck.
Here.
Yep.
Yep. So Beck, Caitlin, and Jacinta.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll wait till they turn around, but obviously from the front, it's when I look at Caitlin there, it's like a very balanced amount of
You mean
everything. Who won the class, sorry?
Beck in the green.
Beck. Okay, sorry. The Beck in the middle, yeah. I thought you said Caitlin, but she's next to Caitlin. All right, all good. Yeah, Beck, she's got the most amount of balance in condition, the small waist, good posing. She's super full as well. You know, same thing. You're looking at the shoulders. You don't want to have a lack of development, but you don't want to be so developed that you're pushing into bikini athletic. And she's got that sort of good amount of size to be able to fill out enough to still be feminine, but then not so developed that it's bringing the dryness and density. And yeah, it's a standout. I mean, you look at it like that, exactly, just standing like that.
That's a crazy shot. That is an insane front pose just there.
Yeah. It's pretty flawless, that front pose. We'll see what she looks like when they turn around. But even Jacinta, I mean, this top three has pretty crazy waists as well. Like the whole show was pretty genetically gifted from what I could see.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I must say, Beck, once again, was a bit of a slam dunk for me when she walked out. I was like, yeah, that's the winner today. Conditioning was on, shape, head to toe was perfect. Bikini color was stunning. It was definitely a standout of the day, one of my favorites. And her posing was flawless. There was not one fault of her posing that I could really nitpick. So, I think, once again, the conversation of, she looks a bit athletic, I disagree completely. I think she is, once again, on that top end of bikini. But this is the thing, when you are rewarding the amateurs, the judges are thinking, okay, who can we put on the pro stage tomorrow? So, of course, they're going to look, I guess, bigger or more developed than the other girls on the stage because the judges are thinking, well, if she was on the pro stage tomorrow, how would she go? They're not wanting to choose someone who's got years to develop. So I do think Beck was deserving of it, and I do think she would do quite well on a pro stage. What got her the nod over the other two? I think it was just, honestly, overall conditioning and overall fullness in the right areas.
Yeah, it's definitely not a matter of convincing yourself that bikini is lack of development. It's not, I always use Tanya as an example because her development is pretty crazy. It's pretty insane amount of development in her physique. It's just the way that it's presented. It's just the density with that condition. If she was to continue pushing condition, she would no longer be bikini. It's just a matter of where you stop and where you end up with fullness and all that sort of stuff. So it's certainly not a lack of development. It's just where that development is and how you present it. And that's going to look different on everyone. That's the cool thing about bikini is that you can adhere to the criteria and not be exactly like Tani or these other girls. Like you can present it for your body and your genetics, and that's what the judges look for. They don't necessarily have a clear, they don't say you must look like this. It's not a stamp. It's just are you ticking it? Are you ticking the boxes? Do you have the least flaws within that criteria? We'll wait and see a rear pose here, but that Jacinta's great structure as well. She just needs more size. Like she's on the right path here. The forms is pretty good. She just needs more size. I don't know whether they over dieted or not, but she's got great structure, that tiny little waist, good amount of glutes, but just to get to this spot here, it's just more time, more development, or just come in a lot fuller.
Jacinta had improved from her previous package so much, so much. Like it was just like a completely different person on stage when Jacinta hit the stage. And, I'm so proud of her for that. She definitely didn't have the easiest prep in the world. So, seeing her be rewarded for that crazy stacked lineup was really, really cool to see. And she did have just a crazy alien waist. Like it's one of those waists that you just can't beat. I keep talking about waist, but honestly, like when you have with a crazy waist, it's just very hard to beat. So I'm not surprised that she got the nod to be in that top 3. But I would love to see her in with like slightly fuller overall. But once again, I don't know if it is just a muscular thing, like if she needs a bit more size or whatever. But if she came in fuller or just with a bit more size, she would be very dangerous. So I'm curious to see what her plans are moving into the off season now. But Jacinta, you are dangerous. You should be on people's radars moving forwards for sure.
Yeah, when you've got a waist like this, you don't need a lot of muscle to be a lot bigger, because the proportion's already there. You just need a little bit more fullness, roundness, shape. But she almost doesn't need to have the same amount of muscle that Beck has, to be competitive against Beck, because her waist is so small. Because if she had the same amount of muscle as Beck, it would look too big on her. So it's about proportion in regards to the rest of your structure. That's really, really important, I'd say. Especially there, you can see the size difference here. It's not far off, but if she was the same amount of density as Beck, it would look too big for bikini.
So what do you think got Caitlin the nod over Jacinta then to get the second place?
Let's find Caitlin here. Hang on, wait till we go back. They haven't even done a rear pose yet. This has all been front poses.
It was stacked. It was such a stacked class.
So Caitlin's here? Or
no, Caitlin's on the red. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on, let's have a look. There. Yeah. It's the size. It's the size. It's the density, the fullness. Yeah. Once they turn around, I'll be able to tell you more clearly as well. But you can see it there. Jacinta just is lacking that fullness in there. The same with the shoulders. She's not far off. It's just a little bit, and to be in comparison to her waist, she just needs a little bit more. But yeah, then Caitlin she just has that size. She's almost the same size as Beck there.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved Caitlin's shape. I think she had a really nice balanced shape.
Yeah.
I would love to see her with some posing tweaks, just a few little tiny tweaks, because I feel like she actually does have quite a bit of density that potentially she's not showing.
Yeah.
But
you can see
her actual presentation from head to toe was gorgeous. I love a blonde and red. Love it. Froth it. So she aced that.
That's a good example there, Sam, is like if she twisted just a tiny bit, you would make it look rounder, right? Or just
it almost looked like she was turning her glutes away from the judges. So I'd be very curious to see, once again, with just those little tweaks being made, if she actually can make herself look a little bit more popped, a little bit more projected.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, outstanding.
Yeah, you can see Jacinta and Beck are both sort of twisting around. You can see the tie-in. You can almost see the hamstring as well. It just gives it that fuller look. Whereas when you're standing directly side on or even turning away, you get more of the front of the quad and the hip. And it can look a little bony depending on where your body fat's stored. But, top 3 pretty good examples of bikini.
Let's talk about...
There's the rear pose. There's the rear pose now.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I think Beck just had a more impressive rear shot overall.
Yeah, she's just bigger. She's got more size, more fullness. I mean, it's close between those two, but yeah, I guess again, I would agree with the posing. Posing's giving Beck the nod each time there as well.
Absolutely.
That's another good example. You get more fullness when you're standing with that leg wrapped around.
Mm.
That's that you're trying to show the fullness in the poses, not the condition. So yeah, there's a certain way of doing that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What were you gonna say?
Um, let's talk about my posing client, my beautiful posing
Oh yeah.
client, Dione. She came seventh in this lineup, and there was a little bit of controversy with this. Obviously, me and Dione have had our discussions on what we believe happened for her to get the seventh call out. She was, I don't want to say a favorite, but a lot of people did have her being in like the top three for this show. What were your thoughts with Dione's package? Because I believe she has a beautiful bikini package. I do just think she just needs to grow her upper body a little bit more to be competitive,
Yeah.
especially in this lineup who all did have a very developed upper body. We have, made posing tweaks and had discussions about what we need to change moving forwards. But what were your thoughts?
This is Dion here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a size thing, fullness thing. I think that her lower body's pretty good. I just wait for another pan across. Let's see if we can get a rear pose there.
Her
There we go.
glutes from the
Front
side
pose.
are insane. They
Yeah.
genuinely make my jaw drop
Yeah.
to the floor every time she hits it.
Yeah,
Another
I would
crazy
say just
waist person.
before. See, if she turns around there, like the glutes pop a lot. But then if you compare her to Beck, you're right. She doesn't have the size up top, but it could just be flat as well. Like it's hard to know whether it's muscle that is needed and same when you're walking away too. You can always see it in girls. It looks like she's just lacking a bit of fullness there. Like she has the size, it's just not projecting like Beck's is.
Mm.
And that's always like a pressure thing. Like the muscle just doesn't have the pressure inside it to pop. So yeah, I just say either be a lot fuller on stage or bring a little bit more size so that you can get away with being, a little flatter if that's the best look for you. Sometimes
Mm.
girls need to be a little flatter. You don't want to overdo the fullness. It just depends on the physique. You know,
Yeah, that's true. No, cool. But I must say, another little shout out for me is Sophie Allen. So I just loved your bikini, Sophie. It was stunning. It was gorgeous. Your whole look, head to
mm.
toe, was just flawless. She was in the white bikini. She was already on, not this one. She was on the first call out. She had
Oh yeah.
that really crazy white bikini with the dark features. It just looked stunning. It really popped on stage. I feel like if you're going to do white, like you have to do it right. How that that rhymed. If you're going to do a white bikini, you're going to do it right. But she definitely aced it. It was stunning.
Let's see if it loads again here. Come on, bro. Any minute now.
We're almost there.
There.
We've got two more
Far
classes after
left.
this. Yes, in the white. I just loved her bikini and like just her look.
Oh wow. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Like
with the
her
dark
makeup
with
was
the dark
stunning, her
hair.
hair was stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, just everything was so polished. I was just
Mm.
gobsmacked by her. She looked stunning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tough class too. I mean, you've got to really bring it in a class like that to be a standout. Like look at her package. Like she's yeah, I totally agree with you. Very polished.
Mm,
It's like the typical FMG glamour,
yeah.
polished bikini look, which is what they want. So yeah, fantastic. All right, next class. Where are we at?
Next class is
Yeah.
Bikini Model 35 Plus. This one.
Alrighty. Who have we got in here?
Okay, so Bikini Model 35 Plus. We had Charlotte I'm sorry, Charlotte. your last name. First place, new FMG Pro. Second place, Tamara Chippety. Why am I doing the names? I should not be on the names, Tim. You should be on the names. And then third place was Courtney Dixon.
No, we know why you're on the names because I do a way worse job than you of that. Like, come on. In my opinion, you're doing a really good job. So keep going.
Thank you. I'm trying.
We won't give that job to me. Let's be honest.
Okay. So Charlotte was in the bikini class 1. She was the one that came second, had the crazy conditioning in the abs. This one in the middle here. So she won this class. I think she was bikini head to toe. I definitely thought she was going to be the winner when she walked out. I think she just had the conditioning, the size, and the fullness in the right areas. Bikini was gorgeous, and only thing I would love her to look at is potentially just making her walk a little bit faster. I did find that her walk was a little bit slow on stage. So I think with minor posing tweaks and things moving forwards for her pro debut, that would be awesome.
Yeah, okay. Who was second?
Second was Tamara. Let me find her. Don't I get this wrong? In the hot pink bikini. On the left.
Far left, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks awesome.
Tamara looked sick. I loved Tamara's look. When she walked out, I was like, yes, the bikini, yes, the hair, yes, the package. What I think gave, God, what was her name? I feel terrible. Charlotte. What I think gave Charlotte the nod was just that extra bit of conditioning in the rear, because I do remember in the rear pose, Tamara was just a little bit softer. So in saying that though, Tamara was stunning. She just has this crazy front shot. It's insane.
Look at that. You can see it there. I mean, that's perfect bikini.
Crazy waist, crazy glutes.
Yeah.
Stunning in the face. Just everything about her package was gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It just probably needs to be a little bit harder in the rear. Hamstring, glutes. Let's see when they turn around here. This girl did bikini athletic, right? Far right?
Yes. So Courtney in the white, she came third in this class.
Yep. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's probably just a little bit too hard for bikini. It needs to be a little bit fuller.
Yeah, I do think Courtney looked better in athletic. I mean, I'm not a judge, so, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But in my opinion, I do think she was just better suited for the athletic criteria. However, as I said, I'd love to see what happens if she went for fitness. But when she's next to girls like Charlotte and Tamara, she definitely had that crazy density compared to the other girls, and that was very prominent there.
Yep. Yeah, she definitely sticks out in this class. Just lots of muscle, lots of condition.
I also think her tan was a little white. I think Courtney's tan was a little bit too light, especially with a light bikini. You want to ensure your tan's dark. Like, you really want to make sure that your tan is super dark. I know when I wore white, I actually got an extra coat just because I'm very fair in the skin and my skin doesn't hold tan very well. So potentially that's just what Courtney needs to be aware of next time to ensure that her tan is a little bit darker. Obviously, there's things that you guys can use, like the gradual tanner. That stuff is incredible. It gives you a really good base before you get your base coat. But I think you can see it in that shot there. Just, she needs to be a little bit darker.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I mean, she's not fully in her pose there. We'll see, but that's a very impressive rear pose.
Between first and second.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I see it.
Yeah, it was tough, but it was just the conditioning on the hamstrings, I think, or the tie and sew is what got Charlotte that nod.
Yeah, you can see it from a distance there. Sometimes the high angle camera from the rear is not a very good accurate, because like obviously the judges are down here. When the camera's up here looking down, it's a different view. You can see it there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, it's just a little soft. She's
Yeah.
so close,
But
man. Like maybe like 2 more weeks dieting and she'd be winning that
yeah,
class.
I hope she's doing Thailand. I really hope
Yeah.
she's doing Thailand because, as you said, like it's just a little bit more dieting. Like if she had a couple of more
Mm,
weeks under her belt and rocked up in Thailand, she'd be very dangerous. Even in the opens class, to be honest, like she has just a
yeah.
really crazy structure that would be very hard to beat. Um,
And
yeah,
polish the
keen to see
posing.
what's next for her.
Polish up the posing as well. Make it really, really fluent. Make it really
Yeah,
sassy.
definitely. I do want to give a shout out to my girl Michelle. Michelle was in this class. She was a posing client of mine. She came fifth and she did so well for her FMG debut. She's amazing. She's in the
Oh,
blue
fantastic.
bikini. She's
This one
just
here?
owning it. Yeah, she's just doing
Yeah.
her own thing, living her best life, having a good time.
That's awesome. What's her, does she have a story there or is she just wanted to do a show? You can kind of see on, what's this girl's name in the white, sorry?
Courtney.
Yeah, you can see how conditioned she is there through the glute. She's got glute striations.
Mm,
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
sorry, yeah, your posing client? Yeah, she was just always been a goal of hers, or is she going to keep going, or?
I believe she has done ICN or something like
Mm,
ICN in the past, so she has competed. FMG was just a very different ball game for her, like the posing was very much outside of her comfort zone. So it was just
mm,
awesome to see someone with not so much confidence at the start, go on
mm,
stage and just shine and just embody the confidence that you always thought they could have. And I
mm,
loved that her daughters would come to our sessions as well. And Michelle's daughters would actually come to the posing sessions as well and hype her up, which was
mm.
really sweet as well. It was cute.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
Yeah, the whole family was in on it. It was really cool.
Nah, great, good on you. All right, cool. So next, final class, huh? We made it. Let's
Final
have a look.
class. We've got bikini model 45 plus. In first place, we had Alex Williams, new FMG Pro. Second place, we had Alexandra Bryant. And then third place, we had Karina Gazinti, I think is how you say it.
Yep, sounds about right. So she's your client, right?
Yes, that's Michelle.
Yep. And then we had
So,
a couple of these ladies doing bikini athletic as well.
yeah, so Karina in the white is the one that got the 35 plus athletic pro card.
Hmm.
Alex was, where is she? Alex is in the blue.
Here,
Which blue?
this one here, I'd say.
Don't. Oh, she's turned around. Katrina came third in the white, and then this girl here in the green and blue came second.
Okay.
The blue is not Michelle. I think she's on the other side.
Yeah, she's here.
No, she's on the end.
Oh, far left. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Far left got it.
All right, sweet. Do they move them around here?
I should do.
This one? Yeah, you
Yes.
can see that. Yeah. Yeah, she's just got the best. She's got the same amount of muscle as pretty much everyone else there, but has the fullness, right? And the conditioning fullness
Yeah.
combination. Everyone's pretty close. It's just she's just got the best combination of all of those things.
Yeah, she definitely had the best bikini shape of the day.
Yeah,
However, can I just say, these ladies are 45 plus and they are getting
yeah,
on stage in a
yeah,
bikini and rocking it. That is
yeah,
just insane. I love the 45 plus category. It's always so
yeah.
inspiring and it's always one of those things where it's like, wow, I hope I can do that at 45 plus. Like some of these ladies are 60. Like
That's
what
crazy.
do you mean?
That's awesome.
But yes,
Yeah,
so
she looks great.
Alex definitely deserved this win. I loved her bikini. I loved the different colors of the
Mm.
blue and kind of like blending it together. Her posing was beautiful. Just her whole physique, head to toe, was so polished. Her
Yeah,
hair
I was about to
was
say that.
lovely. Yeah, love some good hair.
Yeah, she's very polished. All the
Yeah.
little details, all the one percenters, if you will. Even there, you can see like good amount of quad still, not missing any muscle.
So what do you think got her the nod over Alexandra, who got second place. Alexandra
She
was in the bright fluoro bikini.
green one,
Yes.
green and blue. Yeah, just the fullness. She's just fuller. She has better proportions. It's just like it looks like she could have been a little fuller. This one. What's
Yeah.
the name? Sorry, Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Alexandra. Yeah, it just needs to be a little bit fuller. There are a couple of shots where she's struggling to hold her midsection in as well. So like these little things when you're posing for ages on stage, they're posing you to try and find weaknesses. So if it is close, it's not just the conditioning or fullness. It's like those little transitions and little spots where and you can kind of see it there. She's just fuller through the glutes there. She's got the conditioning and the fullness combined, whereas Alexandra maybe a little bit more density so that she can be a little leaner and then get the fullness. But yeah, it's just a combination thing there. It's tough because their tans are very different, so the lighting's catching them slightly different. But
Yeah, that is true. I must say, a comment of all these ladies, some of their mobility isn't the greatest in their lower back or in their traps, etc. And I do find this is very common with my 45 plus posing ladies. I would have
yeah,
loved to see their arms down because, when they're putting their arms up, some of these ladies, it looks like they're really struggling to hold their arms
yeah,
above their head. So if that is the case, they might look better with their arms down, and that is completely okay. We don't have to have our
yeah,
arms up for bikini or anything like that. It's not a must. And I do find that, especially for ladies who do struggle, even in the open classes and stuff, if they do struggle to have that mobility with their arms, it's easier for them and more stable for them to hold it with their arms down. So that's
yeah,
probably just a comment across the board for this class, not just one or two people. But overall, this was a
yeah.
really good class for 45 plus. It was awesome to see so many of them get up there.
Yeah, I agree with that because too, think about it like what are you trying to do with your shoulders in a front pose? You're trying to create that hourglass shape. You're trying to create the illusion of a smaller waist, for example. So if you've got a really, really small waist, you can pull your arms out of the way and show that and really accentuate the glutes, for example. Maybe you want to hide your shoulders, these sort of things. Like there's got to be a strategy to it. So yeah, 100%, I 100% agree with what you said. You don't have to have your arms up. If it's better for your shape to have them down, just keep them down. I think that's a good example of that here with Katrina. Is it Katrina?
Alexandra.
Alexandra, sorry, man. Uh, yeah, so,
And
yeah, agreed.
then Karina in third place. She was the one that got the first place in bikini athletic 35
Yep.
plus. She was just too lean for bikini. Like she
Yeah.
definitely looked athletic. She definitely like was one of the most conditioned on stage. However, she's definitely more athletic. Like even just her standing there, you can see the striations in
Yeah.
her shoulder, the capped delts. Like she is definitely
Yeah.
athletic. So I think that's just
Yeah.
where the other girls got the nod over her.
Yeah, for sure. Just full cap delts there, bicep veins. Like it just moves out of that territory. Yeah. Cool. Good show.
Amazing. But amazing work, 45 plus ladies. You were all outstanding. I
Yeah.
am inspired by you all, honestly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so good to see. I love how she's putting the effort in too to walk off the stage.
Yeah, they're cute.
All right, well that's it, guys. Awesome. What's the next show? We got Thailand coming up, right?
Yeah,
We'll
we
do
have
a
FMG
recap on that.
Thailand in 4 weeks, which will be a cool show. Very curious to see who turns up from the Sydney show because I do believe, as we've said today, a lot of the girls lost because of conditioning, which all they needed was a little few more weeks of dieting. So I really do hope a lot of the girls jump into the Thailand show, and it's not that far away. Like you may as well get back into prep if you haven't already, and because you never know who's going to show up. Like just those extra few weeks of dieting might be what you need to get that pro card.
Yeah, 100%. Or come in fuller. You know, a lot can change if you're full. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we got a pretty good team going across there. So we'll definitely do a recap of that show. We'll try and do them for all the shows that give us footage, and we'll see what kind of feedback we get from this. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything we've spoken about, just reach out to either Sam or myself, and we will help you out in some capacity. Hopefully.
Hell yeah.
We'll see.
Bring on the FMG.
Yeah.
I'm starting a petition.
No, it's good. It's good to see. And yeah, it's gonna be Worlds is gonna be crazy. So what we got? 10 weeks left.
Yeah, 10 weeks until the first ever FMG Worlds on the Gold Coast. That's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
I am so pumped for that. Like, yes, I'm pumped for all the other shows coming up as well. There's like, what, 3 more shows before Worlds? Very interesting shows as we enter into Worlds. I feel like this is kind of like the lead up to the Olympia almost. It's kind of like who's going to take those top spots, especially in the pro ranks. And then, yeah, leave us all on the edge of our seats at Worlds. It's going to be great.
Hell yeah. All right. Cool. Well, we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you got some value out of this, and drop us a comment or shoot us a message if you have any questions, and we'll get back to you.
Did we get any questions?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, we spoke about the Class 3 bikini. Just wanted to give a breakdown on that. Asked about the tan colors. That's that's tan provided by the venue, like the FMG, right? It's not. Yeah. Maybe some girls got private tan.
No, you're not allowed to have private tan.
Not allowed to have private tan. So I guess it's just a matter of. What would you do in that scenario? Like if your tan was light, and I said to you, "Hey, your tan's light," what would you do?
I would go back immediately and get another coat.
So you're okay to do that, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when it comes to your tan, for me, especially because I'm so pale, the tan builder from Total, cut that out. If you are fair-skinned like me or you're not, super tanned, go and get the tan builder from Fusion Tan. You literally purchase it from their website, or when you book your tan, they'll send it out to you, and just pop that on the week leading into show. I haven't done it yet. However, a lot of my girls have done it, and oh my gosh, it makes the world of a difference. So I'm going to be using it for this season for sure. I've already got mine on the way. I know it's going to be fantastic. I usually always have to go back. I don't know why my midsection just doesn't hold tan very well. That's always been a theme of mine, which we worked out in my first ever prep. So I always go back for a second because it always washes off my midsection. But I'm hoping with this gradual tan, it will actually hold and look fine. But yeah, if you think that your tan is white, go back. Like, they have no issues. They are always going to help you out. Obviously, if they think that your tan's fine, they'll tell you that your tan's fine. But sleep in your tan. Sleep in it. The longer that you leave it on, the better. The better it's going to soak in, the better it's going to look on show day. But definitely, if you're worried or questioning, am I too white, get the gradual tanning builder. Just don't even let that be a question for yourself.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, just go up to one of the pros. They're wearing sashes, right? And just ask. Be like, hey, am I dark enough? Like if you're, for whatever reason, coach isn't getting back to you, or they haven't, like they said it's all good, and you're still not 100% sure, just ask someone who would know. Like if you see a judge or a promoter or something, they're not going to say no. We're not going to tell you. They want your tan to look good because it's going to make the show look good. So that's what it's there for. There was a question about how can people place in one class and then win another one.
Is this referring to getting third place in one and then getting a pro card in the other?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, so this can happen, and it purely comes from the fact of who shows up on the day. If the girl who is winning fitness is the third best looking in bikini or in bikini athletic or whatever it might be, they're going to place. It is what it is, especially when it comes to conditioning. Conditioning always wins. Conditioning is always what you need to aim for. So if she is the third most conditioned but isn't quite that category, then of course she's going to be rewarded in third place. But I think with this, whatever they are rewarded higher in, so wherever they rewarded a pro card or whatever it might be, that is where they're meant to go. That is the judges saying, hey, we want you here. And that's where the athlete needs to follow. And that's also where everyone needs to look at and go, okay, she was rewarded fitness, that means she is fitness. Or she was rewarded athletic, that's her athletic then, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean, I could get away with that in bikini. No. she was rewarded in bikini athletic. That means that that's what you look like in bikini athletic.
Yeah, it's not like the judges are going to penalize you for winning another class. They're just going to judge you with that criteria of the next class. So, like, if you win one class, they're not going to say, oh, you don't deserve a third just because you won this other class. We have to put you way outside the top three because, you know, you still got a good physique and you're still going to be more aligned with that criteria than maybe someone else on stage. So it really just, if the lineup was way deeper, then you wouldn't see anyone in the top three if they were winning another class. They'd just be way out of the picture. So it just comes down to the depth of the lineup, hey? Yeah.
Exactly. And I found like overseas, because the shows are still growing overseas, you will find that some people are winning athletic and are winning fitness. But, you know, behind closed doors, they are getting feedback from the judges and they are being told which direction they would prefer them to go into. So you just got to remember, like, you know, if the show is smaller or doesn't have as much depth in certain categories, you are going to find those crossovers when it comes to placings.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Because once you have a pro card, you can do whatever you want, right? You don't have to stay in the. You're not a bikini pro, and you can't do athletic or something.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of FMG. You know, like you have the pathway to develop. You don't have to be locked into bikini for your whole entire life, because you know the whole point of it is that you grow into bikini, then you grow into athletic, you grow into fitness, you grow into figure. Like there is a definite pathway for all the athletes now, which is awesome. So. Yeah, no, just because you win your pro card in bikini doesn't mean you can't move into athletic in the future. I mean, that's what I did. I got my pro card in bikini. Now I'm athletic.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. That's pretty much it. There was another question. It was pretty much, we've answered that. I think there's a little bit of confusion around wellness, but we went through that in detail, like the placing of that.
Yeah, I think we discussed it quite in detail to why it went the way that it went. And one thing I will preface with wellness is it doesn't matter how big your legs are. If you are not the most conditioned on the day, you won't be rewarded. It's as simple as that. Like, it's still a bodybuilding show. And I think there is this misconception that wellness is a softer look. No, it's not. As I said, you know, I honestly, truly believe it's become athletic conditioning, but with bigger legs. I think that's where it's heading, which is awesome. That's really, really exciting. So, yeah, take it as you will. I'm not a judge, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's not like you're, no offense to ICN and stuff like this, but these other federations where they have a very different approach to judging the classes. This is, you know, you're not going to see someone, like you just said, placing like higher if they're not in condition for the class. You know, just because you have the development for that class doesn't mean that you're adhering to the criteria. So, you know, a couple more weeks of dieting for some people, and they may end up winning the whole thing. You know, so they want to reward someone who's ready to stand on stage in a pro lineup. Maybe they don't have the development, you know, but you look at these pros and the conditions all there. Like when you've got a lineup of pros, it's never the conditioning really. You know what I mean? Like there's obviously going to be differences between each person's condition, but it's not going to be like a massive difference. You know, there's smaller changes between posing and the fullness and development, and these other things come into play. But you see that bigger in the amateurs. Like the condition range is a lot greater. So
Definitely.
focus on conditioning, guys, and that's yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I like that. Cool.
Amazing.
That's it.
Well,
all right,
thanks
guys.
for having me on. It was a good chat.
Nah, that's right. Yeah, 2 hours. If anyone's still listening, good job. You deserve some food. Go and eat something.
Can I have some food?
No. You had 1,200 carbs this week. You were right.
Oh.
All right, guys. That's it. We'll leave it there. Talk soon.
Goodbye.